I'm Michelle from Charligal-stock. I'm just going to go through some frequently asked questions that I seem to get a lot from people on my Deviant stock account. So, how did I get into stock? Well, I'm actually an illustrator and artist, graphic designer by trade, and I always found the need that to better myself in my art, I needed photo reference and good poses to base my anatomy off so that I could get my figures and drawings actually accurate. And to help me with that, I thought, it's really hard to find the exact poses that you want online or in photo galleries all the time. So, for those ones that I couldn't find, I decided to go and actually use myself as the model, because I knew exactly what I want, how the poses needed to be, and then that way I would have what I needed to create a storyboard or get those dynamic poses in an illustration that I was working on, so that sort of thing. So that's how I initially got into stock. And then my friend Alexis, you can find her at Slexy on DeviantArt. She's actually a photographer and a friend of mine that I studied with, and she offered to do a photo shoot with me so that she would take the photos of me and I could then get all the reference that I needed for a particular project I was working on. And yeah, the photos just turned out so well that I actually posted a few on Facebook and got a couple of interests, people asking whether they could shoot me, and then so I did a few other shoots with other photographers and got into modelling and hopped onto Model Mayhem, and it kind of blossomed from there. So my main inspirations when it comes to stock, one person that really inspired me to start stocking was Charligal-stock on DeviantArt. Her stock's always been so dynamic and full of great poses, great ideas, really helpful for the artist as well as the photo manipulator. And she's also a really cool chick. I consider myself quite good friends with her on DeviantArt. We planning to actually go over and visit her sometime next year, hopefully in April. And yeah, so her amazing ability to be able to capture these fantastic poses that were just so perfect for creating really good art and using for reference really inspired me to get into it. And the other person who really inspired me to become a stock artist and actually dedicate a lot of time to it on DeviantArt was Faye Stock. She's another Aussie. And unfortunately, she doesn't stock anymore, but her stock photos were just so beautiful and so inspiring that I really found that to be quite an inspiration in getting myself into doing it a bit more seriously and a bit more regularly, and rather than just making stock for myself to use, to actually put it out there for other people in the community to make use of and hopefully use that in their work to get better. And so my main inspirations to become a stock artist, apart from that, seem to be the fact that a lot of people were giving me fairly positive feedback on the dynamic poses that I had provided at the beginning of my stock career. I used to do a lot of martial arts style poses, jumping around, all that sort of thing, so that really inspired me to keep going with it. And yeah, so that's how it kind of all began, and it's definitely blossomed from there. The main reason that I shoot model stock is because for myself, the main stock that I make use of every day when I'm at work doing my illustration and graphic design and all of that sort of thing is quite model, human and anatomy based, and seeing as that's what I find most useful, it's also what I shoot the most of, because I'm also quite comfortable with getting human poses and trying to create these things that hopefully somewhere along the line are going to really help somebody out. Also, I really enjoy working with other models, and also myself as a model. I shoot myself quite a lot, just because it's really good to have that interaction and be able to get a little bit more out of them than what you could always get from shooting a landscape or inanimate objects. And it's not saying that they're not important too, because they definitely are, but that's the main reason why I prefer to shoot model stock, and that's mainly basically what is in my account. I also find that a lot of the people who follow me really do follow me for the model stock, so I haven't tried to stray too far from that as an overall thing. The camera that I use is a bit of a bum at the moment. It's like, to its credit, it has given me a long life full of lots of photos, and you know, I can't really complain. I got it secondhand off my friend Alexis, one that I started my first shoot with, and yeah, I got a really good deal off her, and it's lasted me something like 3 years without any hitches before, and it's a 350D EOS Canon, and you know, for what it is, it does a really good job. But I'm hoping, if I can't sort it out and fix it sometime soon, I'm going to upgrade hopefully to a Canon 60D, just because I really want one. They've got amazing capabilities, and it's definitely something that I think I'd make a lot of good use from. Okay, when it comes to my photography kit, I used to just shoot a lot at the beginning of my stocking, shoot a lot with other photographers and make use of their studio spaces, or either make use of a location rather than actually do any indoors, because I do live in quite a small apartment. It's very tiny, hard to find any free walls to pin up sheets or anything to. So I decided that that was getting a bit frustrating, having to constantly organise somebody else to do it, and that I wanted to have the ability to hide up all the clutter that is actually in my apartment without having to completely move it elsewhere and annoy my flatmates and, you know, make everybody really angry at me. So I decided to invest in a little home studio kit. And so my home studio kit consists of 2 light boxes, and I've got a backdrop and a backdrop stand that go along with that, and they use big 80 kilowatt bulbs in them, so they're really good. I find they give a good light. They, you know, really good at softening all the shadows, and the white backdrop makes it really good for cutting out models and stuff. I use a lot of my own stock for different photo manipulations and stuff, so you know, I find it easy enough, so hopefully everybody else does too. Yeah, so how I got into modelling was obviously through Alexis, and going through that whole having other photographers work with me and suggest I get onto Model Mayhem. And that's also a place where I source a lot of the models that I work with outside of using myself as a model, and that seems to work for me quite well. It's a pretty good community there over on Model Mayhem, and I've met some really cool people, made some really good friends, and found some really spectacular talent that I've been lucky enough to share with you on my stock account. So my main interests in stock would have to be, I really like doing fantasy and pose-based stock. I also have a soft spot for very quirky and out there crazy ideas sort of stock, like the ice candy set, if you've ever been on my stock account, with the blue tutu on the head and the feather eyelashes. That one's a personal fave. I also just love, being the artist myself, I really like stock that contains good poses that are going to help artists a lot and help them you know, work on their anatomy and get all of the figure drawing side of things much more down pat and working easier for them. And then I just love doing fantasy, obviously, for the chance to dress up and wear a pretty costume, do my hair nice sort of makeup. And I find a lot of people really use the fantasy stock. So you know, that's also a personal favourite of mine. When it comes to hair and makeup, I have quite a large kit because I also, as some of you possibly know, shoot a lot of professional photography as well, and I've been doing that for a while, and so my makeup and hair kit has kind of built up over that time because I do a lot of my own hair, makeup, and when I'm working with other models as well, it's kind of, I just do it all, as well as the photography and all of that. So yeah, I've got a giant big toolbox filled with so many different makeups that that are under the sun. I'm trying to think of the ones that I use the most. Probably my liquid eyeliner, that's definitely a fave. I really like it. It makes doing top of the eyes line really, really easy. Got a few little techniques that I like with that. And the lip glosses are also a personal favourite of mine. I just got this new stuff, Maybelline Age Rewind for foundation skin, and it comes with a little sponge actually attached to it, and you twist it around and it dispenses it out, and then you can just put it on like this. I find that really quick and easy, and it also lasts, the coverage lasts for a good amount of time, certainly enough to shoot stock with. I also find that I have quite a large case of stuff, and all of my eyeshadows, the really professional ones that I have, they're great and they last a long time, but my favourite ones for shooting stock are these little $2 ones that I got from the local $2 store, and they just stay. They last for such a long time, and they give such good vibrant colour, which is really fantastic for a lot of the kind of quirkier styles that I really enjoy going with. So anyway, I should stop that for now because this video is actually getting quite long, but I'll continue this in a part 2. Alright, so anyway, till next time, until the next part, I shall see you. Bye!